What's up, guys? So today we're back in the home gym. As you can see, there's a bunch of dumbbells, full dumbbell rack behind this whiteboard here, but we are back in the home gym, and today we're talking about carb cycling. Now, carb cycling can come into play for any lifter, whether they're bulking, trying to add lean muscle, or whether they're trying to drop body fat and cutting, or whether they're trying to recomp at, let's say, a caloric maintenance. Now, carb cycling comes into play, and the premise behind carb cycling is essentially giving your body more carbs, essentially is energy, giving your body more energy on, let's say, higher volume days in the gym, or days you're working out, lifting, or doing more cardio and whatnot, and then taking away some of those carbs, like on days off or lighter days in the gym. Now, in general, it is more of an advanced type of method, and many times is used when trying to shed body fat. And for the most part, that's when I use it. But I'm going to try to simplify carb cycling for you today. And while you may think I may have heard it in the past and thought that it's some kind of complicated thing like I did, not too long ago I was like, oh, that's too advanced for me. But I have now come to realize that it's very simple, and it makes sense when put to paper and when you think about it for a second. Okay, so before we get into any type of weekly schedule like I have set up here, and I'm going to go through each day of the week and explain what you would do on each day. Before we get into that, so I want to just go over, let's use 2,500 calories as a maintenance level, right, as the example. So let's say someone has a caloric maintenance of 2,500 calories per day. That's how much they burn. So in a given week, right, if you burn 3,500 calories, that will equate to 1 pound of body fat loss. Generally body fat, in this case, for example, we're trying to lose fat, so that's what we're gonna look into. Okay, so you are trying to eat throughout a given week a total of 3,500 calories less than what your maintenance would be if you added up your maintenance every single day. So if you added up 2,500 calories 7 days a week, right? That would be your weekly maintenance. So you're looking to eat 3,500 calories below your weekly maintenance at the end of the week, and that will equate to approximately 1 pound of body fat loss. Okay, so now I've set up a weekly schedule on essentially the amount of calories you would eat each day of the week while you're cycling, while you're doing this type of carb cycling, right? So in general, these numbers are calories, right? And I'll explain what the carb means later on. But if you add these numbers up, right, all these numbers will end up equaling at the end of the week a negative 3,500 calorie deficit at the end of the week, given your maintenance, your total weekly maintenance calories, right? These numbers in blue will add up to be 3,500 calories less than your weekly caloric maintenance. Okay, so for example, right, if you're trying to lose 35 or eat 3,500 calories less per week, the simple answer would be, okay, well, let me just eat 500 calories less each day, and then that times 7 is going to equal 3,500 calories by the end of the week. Now that works, and that's fine. That's how the majority of people will go into trying to diet or try to slim down and lose body fat. Now, the reason why carb cycling is a more advanced and sometimes better technique is that it will reset your metabolism. So your metabolism, right, if you eat a certain amount of calories every day, your body adapts. Your body's going to adapt fairly quickly, and your metabolism is going to slowly decrease. So you're not going to be burning as many calories as you think come 2 to 3 weeks after, let's say, you start eating in a deficit like this. So by carb cycling, you're essentially resetting your metabolism, and let me explain how that's done. So on Monday, for example, now the days that are circled in green, let's say your training days. Now for example here, I have a person training 5 days a week, taking Saturday and Sunday off. So Monday, you'll eat 2,100 calories, right? You are fueling, let's say, for example, my split right now is a heavy day Monday, heavy lift Monday. So I'm going to need a little bit more than what I would normally want, which would be to eat 500 calories below. So I'm going to need a little more energy, a little bit more carbs, so I'm going to eat 2,100 calories and only eat 400 below my maintenance on that day. Now Tuesday, also a heavy day. I'm going to eat 2,000 calories because you're cycling and you're trying to change it up. Not necessarily changing how many calories you eat every single day, but trying to change that up, right? So now Tuesday, I eat 2,000 calories, which is 500 below my maintenance. And that's also a heavy day generally for me. Wednesday as well, it's a heavy day. Wednesday is usually leg day. So leg day takes a lot out of you. You need a lot of carbs, you need a lot of energy for that workout. So on those days, I tend to eat more calories to fuel that workout. Now, as you see, I have 2,400 calories there. So I don't quite go to my maintenance. Now you could, and there's no reason why you can't. And you could even go above your maintenance and even eat, let's say, 2,600 calories or eat a slight surplus on one day of the week, as long as you account for that the rest of the week. But here I eat 100 calories below my maintenance, but relative to the rest of my days of the week, that's a high number. That's a lot of calories. So on that day, I'm essentially respiking and resetting my metabolism because I'm eating more calories. So my body is like, oh, he's eating more. So let's now, we're gonna burn all this, we're gonna burn this energy, you're gonna burn these calories, right? Then the next day after that, your metabolism is spiked, right? So it's generally a lighter day, but still, it's spiked, and I'm still training that day. So I eat 1,900 calories. Now I'm eating 600 below. So now my metabolism is spiked. It's burning more energy now because of the prior day, and now I'm eating even less. So it's going to in turn burn more fat. Same thing with Friday, also another lift day. I'll eat 1,900 calories as well, and that goes into the weekend, which on Saturday, let's say for example here, I'll eat 1,800 calories. Now I'm eating even lower. And you can even make these numbers lower, but going 700 calories below a maintenance is a lot to do in one day, and it will be pretty, you'll see that day will not be fun many times, but if you're not feeling a workout, it might not be so bad. And for me, I haven't found it to be too bad. Like for example, today, I ate only 1,800 calories today, and I don't feel too bad. But you're not working out, for example, right? You don't need as many calories to fuel a workout and as much energy, so you can drop that even lower. And then Sunday, 19, to take it up a notch a little bit as I get ready for my week starting on Monday where I eat back to 21. Right, so now at the end of the week, what happens is, right, you are eating this many calories, you spike your metabolism, right? It's spiked, you drop your calories, so now you're burning even more energy and more fat, hopefully, that's the goal, on these next prior days, right? And then as your body starts to adapt and you start seeing that you're eating a similar amount of calories each day, your body starts to adapt, right? And your metabolism is going to start to slow down, it's going to start to decrease, and then all of a sudden Wednesday comes back along and you spike it back up again, and then you burn even more. So this is a way, essentially, to burn more fat more efficiently while you're trying to cut and decrease your weight or overall caloric intake, right? So, now the reason why it's called carb cycling, this is the last piece to it, not as important, but it's still important. Carb cycling is because generally, for the most part, carbs are your energy. If you eat a lot of carbs for a few days, you'll see that your workouts are going to be they're going to seem very nice. You're going to have a lot of energy. You might be pushing more weight. You might be getting stronger those days. And you try to eat less carbs. You might have rough workouts. It might not be as good. You might not get as big of a pump. You might not feel as great in the gym. You might be a little tired towards the end of your workout, right? So the whole thing is you're manipulating your carbs. Days you're working out heavy, you need more carbs. You can afford to have a little bit more and increase your calories. Sometimes, like this, especially on leg day, you can have those calories even higher because that's when you need a lot of energy for that day. And then days where you're not lifting as heavy or days off, you can drop your calories and you can afford to drop them even lower because you're not training, you don't need as much energy. So dropping carbs is essentially the way to do that. Now you can this doesn't necessarily have to be carbs, but for the most part, you want to pretty much keep your protein the same and your fat the same and manipulate how many carbs you eat in a day, and you'll definitely feel the effects in the gym, and you'll see how you feel on days where you have low carbs and days where you have higher carbs or even medium amount of carbs. So that's pretty much the gist of carb cycling, and I kind of explained it as best I could on the whiteboard here. But if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. I will be happy to answer them. And that's all for this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I have a lot more coming, and head over to my Instagram at TJC_fit. I have a ton of stuff over there, and don't forget to follow me there. Next video, we will have a little bit about why I started my fitness journey, and stay tuned for a future video coming up, which is going to be my 2-year natural bodybuilding transformation. Now that's going to be awesome. All right, guys, that's all for today. Thanks for watching.